Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight we're coming to you live and exclusive on Top Split TV, of course, for round two of Sunday Night Lights, season 20. Let me get rid of that thing. There we go. We're at Interlagos this week. Great F1 track for the skippies, makes for some great battles. Reminds me of maybe the Phillip Island of Brazil. And joining me once again tonight is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, we are back in action here at Interlagos.
That's exactly right, Alex. And what an exciting track this has been for us in the past. I remember this being one of the stops along Enzo and Sasha Gourlay's little period of very spirited and heated rivalry. Hopefully, we don't get anything along those lines happening again today, but nevertheless, a great little track for us to throw these skippies around on, Alex.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We've got a good field here tonight. Tick under the 4K mark. I think we're about 3,800 for the strength field, but I think the F1 race has probably robbed us a couple of hours early tonight. But there's some familiar faces and some. I'll tell you what, who I've just spotted out there is young Ashley Work. He's on screen at the moment. Great to see Ashley get a run in the top split. Fan favourite, the ANZ driver. Looking forward to seeing how he goes. He's got surprising amount of pace, the ANZ driver. He's had a bit of an hiatus, but he's back out there tonight, Corey.
It'll be interesting to see what he can do, Alex. 19 plated car, which means that he's not going to have it all go his own way as far as the skill gap is concerned. But if he's got some pace, we could very well see him right up towards the pointy end of the field, which would be absolutely great. Another name that I haven't seen too much of is Yoshitaka Tsunada in the 16 plated car from Japan. Very interesting looking driver. He is actually about to complete his first flying lap here, I do believe. So might be starting to get some times coming in, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. He's right on board with Yoshitaka. He's coming. Oh, he's cross. Oh, Cantor setting the fastest lap initially, though. We're on board with Sonata, but it's Cantor as we welcome back the Movano driver into season two, although he was here for Lime Rock Park last week, but hoping to finish a bit further up the order. Lee Anderson going top of the pops after lap one of qualifying in the Puce-powered machine. He did well in the warm-up race and was tossing up whether to do the F1s or the SNL. Pleased to see Mr. Anderson out there tonight, Corey.
Yeah, it's always great to see Anderson joining the field. He is one of our higher rated drivers, and he's always there or thereabouts towards the front of the pack each and every single time. It's always good to see the Puce-powered machine out there on track. Same too with our one-plated car here tonight, Manuel Lugetta, however you want to pronounce it. It doesn't stop him from having those big old brakes that he can get that car stopped and turned into the corners before anyone else, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely right. Dominic, George L. Aviles Dominic. He's sitting in P2 after his first lap. The six-plated car tonight doing a great job out there. Håkon Grebstad, the Scandinavian driver, he's back in action for Team Ovaltine, of course. We haven't seen Håkon around for a while as he grabs second gear into that final corner for the run up the hill on the tail end of his second lap. And if I can find the camera, we'll hop on board with Grebstad as he comes around. What can he do for his second flying lap? He's sitting in P5 after his first one, some two and a half tenths off the pace. Espes with a 52.5, setting the pace on the second laps. Grebstad, where's he finished? He's jumped up to P3 with a 52.7. Fantastic for the Team Ovaltine driver. Didn't qualify so well in the last one, but he's jumped up right up to near the top of the pops. Daniel Blanco, the 15-plated car closing out his lap. Great drive from Grebstad. Espes sitting on top with Alonso. Now, it's not the Alonso that you think it is. It's Nicholas Alonso, folks. Don't get confused. But a famous name up near the top, of course, regardless, Corey.
That's right, Alex. Another name that we haven't seen too much of lately, and handling the scoring for SNL, I do believe. Timu Vascalampi, the 10-plated car, currently sitting in P6, which is a pretty good result there. We're still waiting on times for our fifth plate car of George Matusinski and the 9 of Antonio Ribalta. But I think Ribalta has actually stuffed up his second lap there. So it's all up to George to finish us off for qualifying here, Alex.
Yeah, on board with Matusinski at the moment. I'll tell you what, pretty pleased to see Vascalampi back, the Finnish driver. Been stuck out in the L79 series. Great to see him back out on track as we follow Matsushinsky now as he's coming down for his second lap. It's all green sectors, no purples at this stage. What's he got for us? I think, no, he's bombed out. 54.2. That's bumped him up to P10, but we know Matsushinsky's got a bit more in the tank than that based on previous experience. And you're right, Corey, there's no one out on track who's got a lap left to run by the looks. I think Ribalta's sitting in the pits, clocking up pit time there. Grebstad, no. Tobias Ritt, he's out there, but no, he's finished. Ashley Work rounding out, just getting a bit more track time under the belt. The last couple of seconds that remain, as the flag marshal will be waving his checkered flag, but not in time for us to see it, as we now grab a look at our grid for round 2 at Interlagos, season 21 of Sunday Night Lights. Pablo Espes from Iberia, R70 team, taking out the pole tonight. Great lap there from Espes. George Domenech from Iberia, just 1.5 tenths behind in P2. P3 tonight, Manu Luqueta, the Mivano Sim Racing driver, joining us once again, putting on a good show, no doubt. Nicholas Alonso from Iberia in he's the 20-plated car here tonight. He stuck it on P4. Great quality there. Håkon Grebstad for Team Ovaltine out of P5 tonight. Lee Anderson in the Puce-powered machine for UK&I in P6. Timu Vascalampi, the Finnish driver, his return to Sunday Night Lights sees him out of P7 off the grid. P8 tonight, Daniel Blanco. Enzo Cantor, the other Mivano driver in the field, out of P9. George Matsushinsky, we saw grab P10. Ribalta in 11th. Cristobal Otero, the Simart racer, he's out of P12. If I could just find the right button. Oh, come on, that's the right button. I know it is. There it is. 13th tonight, the Team Milo bossman, Russell Clark. 14th, Alexis Fico from Iberia. Paul Beatty, the other Milo driver in the field, in 15th. Tobias Ritt in 16th tonight. Gail Kawabe from Japan, he's in 17th. Ashley Work from ANZ in 18th. Yoshitaka Sanada in 19th for the Japanese driver. Marco Zweigler, the 20th person off our grid tonight. And I'm going to get that off the screen and get ready to go. Corey, who's your pick for tonight?
It's going to be a very hard one to pick in this one, Alex, but I'm going to have to go for our one-plated Manuel Luchetta. I just think his big braking ability is definitely going to be the one who's going to win it. As the lights go red, red lights mean rev, and green lights mean go. We're underway for, what was this, round 3? I've already lost the count of the weeks here at Interlagos, Alex.
Round 2, Corey, we're into it, but they're into the first corner. 2 by 2 they go. How are we going down the field? Yeah, we got them covered. Geez, they've done well there, all the way back down to the back of the field. 2 by 2 up the front in the top 5. I'll tell you what, they're going to run the risk of Espes and Domenech running away at this early stage. But we'll see Grebstad there tucked right in behind. Who's that? That's the 20 car of Alonso. They're going to yield. They're going to go line astern, and Luqueta's already down 2 spots in 5th, Corey.
Yeah, definitely not a great start there for Luchetta at all. He must have just had a little bit of a terrible start, but he's trying to work his way on the outside right now of Grebstad, trying to make it work on the double apex right-hander here. Not going to quite get that done. Slots back in behind. And looks like it is all stations holding for the moment, because this middle section of the track, very hard to make overtakes, as I just seen one car in the back of the shot spearing off into the grass. Not sure who that was, but it looks like everyone back on track and going again, Alex.
Yeah, we've got the wide shot going, and everyone seems to be line astern. This track is really a recipe for Skippy Bliss if you get it right. Big packs, smart racing. You can get a lot of fun. Elbows out but clean. If you can get through to the end, you've got a big grin on your face. Hopefully, get one of those as we see now. Oh, I better get some better telemetry going, I think, because at the moment it's not what we're looking for, and we might get rid of that one as well. There we go. Oh no, gap. Jeepers, Corey. We'll get there eventually. We fixed them, but tonight we're going side by side once again into turn one. Get used to that, folks, because we'll be seeing that a bit. 2 by 2, Noah's Ark style. They go through the centre S. Out through turn 2, into turn 3. You don't want to grab too much of the curve in turn 3 because you'll bottom out and that'll compromise your speed into turn 4, which is one of the primary passing opportunities here tonight, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. We can already see drivers going very defensive there over on the inside, including Pablo Espez, our leader, swinging back over to the right to open up the corner as, wow, there is one going off. They're all over the place. I didn't think that we'd be getting this crazy this early, Alex, but they're certainly starting to prove me wrong already.
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting right amongst it. The boys will stay with this wide shot because it's the only way we're going to get all these skippies in. You see Grebstad, is it not? No, it's not. I'm getting confused with the Ovaltine livery. It might be. He's been posted out there to dry with Alonso leading this one out. Espez, our pole sitter, relegated to P2. They're almost 3 wide there into the tight right left-hander first gear corner there at turn 9 as they come into another passing opportunity. They're going to go 2-3 wide. No. They're going to hold stage. I tell you what, they've got to be careful. Alonso by name, Alonso by nature. He might run away with this one yet, Corey.
Oh, you very well might, Alex. And it just goes to prove again, just because you're the 20-plated car, even though his I rating is so much lower than our 1-plated car, it doesn't mean a damn thing when you get onto the track and show what you're worth. He's got a little bit of a gap forming here to the tune of only a couple of tenths, I think it is. Trying to grab the right thing to see what it is. 0.6 of a second now. They're making their way along the front straight and across the start-finish line. And he's not going to be headed coming into the center S's here, Alex. So he might be in a good spot when we get down into turn 4.
Yeah, I was going to say he set the fastest lap, but of course he was the first one across the line. I was going to say it's pretty impressive, undrafted, but no, he's doing all right up there, the young fella. He's got Espez in his toe now. They haven't managed to break away. And I'll tell you what, we're all the way down to 17th before there's any sort of gap. Actually work on the end of this ginormous pack to start lap 3 as they come into the braking zone. Grebstad up the inside of Luqueta. Luqueta hip and shoulder there with Domenech by the looks. Gets away with it, tucks it behind Grebstad for the run up the hill. Grebstad taking the defensive line into turn 6 and 7, which is a legit setup for a passing move into turn 8. I tell you what, you can set up a passing move into turn 11 if you do it right through turn 4. That's how much you got to be thinking at this track. Oh, as we see Anderson show the nose up the inside there of Domenech into that aforementioned turn 8, but not getting it done. There's the thought discretion, as you would say, was the better part of valor that time round, Corey.
Indeed it was, Alex. And as I said before, this center section is so hard to try and effect an overtake that, you know, it's also, you get the accordion effect a lot as we see them using so much of the extra curving there. I'm pretty sure Alonso actually got out onto the blue AstroTurf area there, very sideways going into the true final corner. Because as far as I'm concerned, the other 2 corners on this straightaway, it just kinks. But he's not in as good of a position as what he was last lap. And Espez is all over his tail, Alex, as we come up to the start-finish line. Espez looking for a move around the outside, and we've got 10 laps left to run in this race.
Yeah, beautiful move using the draft there, but not enough to get away from the cars in the chasing pack, which, as we said, stretch all the way now down to P12. The Team Milo Busman stuck on the back of this pack. Enzo Cantor trailing there. He's, what's he done? He's up, just trying to see how many, he's down 5 spots. and having a troubled race is the Italian Movano driver there, looking to get back on with Russell Clark. Oh, I heard some crunching. Did we miss something there, Corey? Bit of action into turn 4, perhaps.
Just a little bit of nose-to-tail contact there between Grebstad and Espes, and Lucetta also not having the kind of race that I thought he would. He's fallen all the way back to P6 now, and it looks like he's actually been getting outbroken in most of the corners. Lee Anderson has made his way into the 5th position in front of him. It's a little bit of a weird race here at the front, Alex. The guys that we're expecting to do well and dominate are not really up there. They've just fallen by the wayside here a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's still plenty of time when you look at it here. What do we got? We got about 9.5, a bit under 9. Oh, look at how much track Alonso uses into that final corner. I agree with you, mate. It's the last legit corner. Oh, it's behind there. We see Dominic, I think it was, grabbing a big bit of grass. That allows Anderson to get the big run. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide, are they? They're going to go 3 wide out of that final kick. I tell you what do we got here? 3 wide past the pit lane entry. Sure, he's got to leave him enough room. Squeezes by the bollards. Tyre barrier there, and it is, I think, Lucetta is going to lead that secondary pack into turn 1. Anderson showing the nose, but really pulling back out there because they don't want to lose that front pack, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. And a big drafty track like this, I mean, you wouldn't really consider it a proper drafty track, but that pit straight and also the second straightaway here, definitely very conducive to some big drafty moves. As now Lee Anderson under threat again here from the 6 of Dominic, and it looks like he's just going to squeeze him out on the exit as well. A little bit of a cheeky move there. Not entirely out of the rules. We see that happening all the time in Formula 1, but at the moment it looks like Lee Anderson dropping down to P6 as the top 3 are staying nose to tail here for the most part, Alex, maybe trying to eke out that gap a little bit.
Yeah, the gap's not really... I tell you what, they nearly concertinaed Alonso right into the back of Espes there. Grebstad hanging on. Lucetta now some, 4-5 tenths behind. No fear of being dropped. It's Dominic, who's now 6 tenths. And I'll tell you what, I reckon these front 4, if they play their cards right, I know 6 tenths doesn't sound much in a skip, but it can be depending on how the elasticity of that draft works. Oh, beautiful entry by Lucetta into the final corner. That's the run he needed if he's any hope. It's already up to 7 tenths. I reckon they're going to drive away here. It'll be a front pack of 4 potentially, Corey.
That's exactly right. They very well could, Alex, but I was just having a quick little look down towards the back of the pack. Tobias Ritt involved in a little bit of an incident back there. Not sure who he got tangled up with. But it looks like they were able to keep going. It might have been the 11th of Tapia Vico, but that's just the way things go when you're close quarters racing here at Interlagos. Back up towards the front, Espes back in the lead, even though Alonso was in the lead as they come across the line, and the front pack is now a pack of 7 again, Alex. So things could start getting a little bit crazy at the front here with 7 3/4 laps left to run.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We did see Tobias Ritt turn in on the driver that he tangled with, and didn't come away with it. I'll tell you what I've just noticed, though. Nose cone, Grebstad. The 8-plated car. That's his race, I reckon, almost done. It has that much of an effect. Oh, but side by side with him is Lucetta, similarly missing the nose cone. It's absolutely compromises his top-end speed, and I reckon these two will be the cork in the bottle that keeps the others from attacking the 1 and 2. I reckon it's Alonso and Espes all the way from here, Corey.
Well, especially if they keep running side by side here, Alex, because Lee Anderson at the moment, absolutely nowhere to go in that Fuse-powered machine, just stuck there behind Lucetta, and he's probably going to be getting a little bit frustrated here, because he probably knows that they have that little bit of nose damage, and it's going to be keeping him from battling at the front. We'll have to see how it's going to affect them. Oh, geez, they use so much curb on the exit there. One false step, and that grass leads to a very long drop off, and it takes a long time to get the car woed up there, Alex.
Yeah, you don't want to grab too much of that grass creed on the outside because you will lose traction in the rears, and this is, of course, the longest straight in the joint, and therefore the most important exit that you want to get as they go 2 by 2. Who is it? It's going to be Alonso this time round. Oh, they got it sort of behind line astern. They have indeed. We're now down to a pack of 8 with Blanco on the back of this leading pack. There's about nearly a 2-second gap back to Matsushinsky, who had a bit of an incident earlier on, if I recall correctly, and that's subsequent to that the gap has opened up as we see now. It is Espes taking the lead into turn 4. Oh, and there you go. It's Luqueta. He's right up the tailpipe of Alonso this time round. Nothing like betting a big name, eh, Corey? Nothing like betting on Alonso, even if it's not the one we're used to.
Well, that's exactly right, Alex. And coming through turn 4 there, he was right up on the gearbox of Espes, just trying to pressurize him into possibly making a mistake. You see Luchetta going, using all the runoff there. He's got to be careful to go 3 wide behind them in that one tight little corner. That doesn't usually go too well, guys. I'm glad you guys got through it. That was Anderson, Dominic, and Otero, I do believe, as Dominic and Otero still fighting it out there behind Anderson. That's for P6. With Anderson, it makes it for 5th. So these guys starting to put all the chocolates on the table and see how it's going to work out for them here, Alex.
Yeah, Otero getting it done through 11, showing that if you set it up well enough, you stick to that right-hand side around the outside of turn 9, you can get it done into 11, and get it done he did. Otero moving up into P6 as we see our leaders now. Oh, and there's the problem. Grebstad, he is missing that nose cone, and not only will he be not making any ground, he'll be losing as soon as he gets out of the draft. But 3 wide, they go. Look at it around the outside this time, pulls it up, and he grabs P2 from Espes. And I tell you what, if anyone can handle a Skippy with that little bit less top end and get it done through the corners, it's Manu. Big breaks Luqueta, the Movano driver, getting it done into turn 1, leaving enough space for Alonso and Espes to fall in behind, with Grebstad sitting in P4. Grebstad and Luqueta, honestly, as we see Luqueta now go to the front, see the rear kick out as they go through 4 this time around. I think it's Luqueta and Grebstad are going to struggle. They might be able to maintain in this pack, but they won't be able to draft to pass like so many will try to do to grab their spot on the line, Corey.
Well, that's right, Alex, but at the moment it doesn't seem to be really affecting them too terribly much. Seems that if they can sit in the draft for the most of the straightaway, when they do pull out, it could prove to be a little bit more beneficial to them. But at the moment, with Luchetta in the lead, I was noticing in turn 1 when Luchetta was going around the outside trying to get Alonso as well. Alonso with a big lockup on the left front going into the center S's. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will unfold from here, especially since Luchetta does have that nose damage. How things are going to shape up on the straightaway this time, Alex.
Yeah, just watching them go through the final corner this time around, this lead pack. Why don't we duck back a bit? We've got Matsushinsky leading out from Cantor. Cantor some 1.3 seconds behind Matsushinsky, with Vascalampi and Clark. Oh, Vascalampi carrying a bit of tail damage. Not something that'll bring a smile to his dial on his return to Sunday Night Lights. Clark now up a single spot into the points at Sunday Night Lights points. How's our leaders going through turn 1 this time round? Are they going to go 3, 4? No, just 2 by 2 they go, and they all get it through and get it done. Not like my camera work wasn't that great there. Side by side now, Espes and Luqueta. Will Alonso take advantage of this and drive? Always wanted to call Alonso in a race, just saying. 3, are they going to go 3? Is it going to be 4? What's it going to look like into this corner? Can I grab a decent camera angle, please? There we go. 2 by 2 it is. They've settled for this time round. Jeepers, grab the right one. Side by side they go up the hill this time, and again that compromised speed for Grebstad's going to cost him. He's going to stick to the inside now of the next turn at 6 and 7 into the heavy braking zone at turn 8. That's probably enough to defend that, or will the car come up the inside. No, he takes the inside line and defends there. You got Otero, is it on the outside? He'll have the inside now into turn 9. Can they keep it steady? But then the defence continues into 10 and 11. The braking zone in 11 should see Grebstad hold that position, Corey, and it does.
And that was a great little scrap there. I actually noticed when they were coming along the second straightaway, Otero was trying to bait Espes into going to the extreme inside so he could possibly sneak up through the middle, make it 3 wide. But Espes, a little bit of a smarter head on him compared to what we have seen in the past at this track, not falling for that little trick and maintaining position in front of Grebstad. But Lucetta still sitting there in second place, just behind Alonso, and he's going to have to fight very hard in these final 4 laps to try and get the lead back and maintain that, Alex.
I'll tell you, every bit of the track hugged right up against the wall to open up. Turn 1 was Lucetta that time round. Alonso tucked in behind. Behind them, there's a battle pack of 4 forming there. Looks like Anderson tucked in on the tail end of that, with Grebstad and Otero in front of Blanco on the back, I think. No, yeah, it was Blanco there. Look at that, he's right in amongst it. And then we've got the leaders going through turn 4, not looking to use that prime passing opportunity and seeing what they can do with just the balance of 4 laps remaining. 3.5 now. The strategies will start to become apparent very soon, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. But what I'm also seeing is Grebstad, without getting any help from behind here, starting to fall off of that front pack. A gap of about 1.3 seconds now as they're going through this center section. And I believe that that's just going to be enough to keep him out of the draft and away from the lead of this race. So we've got a battle in 4 as we have a bit of a biffo bango in the background there. I think that one involving the 10-plated car of Vascalampi.
Oh, no, we don't. Oh, look at that. That's a sad looking Skippy, that is. I just heard some more crunching, trying to find where that was. But, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm just looking at the Grebstad, as you say, dropping off. What are the odds in the post-race interview? He's not happy with the front of the car, and the commentary goes something along the lines of, couldn't keep up with the damaged car, and rightly so, quite frankly, because he can't. Although I've got to say, big props to Manu Lucetta, who's leading this race with Alonso behind him, followed by Espes and Otero, the Iberian drivers, 2, 3 and 4 behind the Italian of Manu Lucetta. Lucetta doing it with similar sorts of damage. Tell you what, shows the quality of them with a 51.2 in the trailing. Otero in draft, setting the fastest lap that time around, Corey.
Yeah, Lucetta successfully gaining the lead back there along the pit straight. Oh, has he got a tap touch in the back? And that was from, no, it was from Alonso. It's hard to tell these cars apart. Alonso with the white rims, Otero with the green rims. And that's going to put Espes into second. Lucetta holding on to the lead. And Alonso dropping down to 4th in that little exchange. It's starting to get a little bit spicy here, Alex, with 2.5 laps left to run. But also, unfortunately, I think we've seen the end of Vascalampi out of this race.
Yeah, Sonata and Vascalampi. Well, Vascalampi's in the pits, I think, if not retired. And Sonata is a lap down. But the front is where the action is. 3 Iberians chasing the Italian driver still. And certainly Alonso giving Lucetta the hurry up into turn 4 that last time round as we come out for the tail end of lap 11. Is Lucetta still where your money sits, Corey?
I'm still going to have my money with Lucetta. Even though he's got that nose damage, he's been proving that he's still got the pace to mix it with the front of this pack. And all he has to do is plan it all out perfectly. He can let these guys go here and just sit in the draft for a lap and then affect his overtake on the final lap. And that'll be the way that I would do it if I was in his position. We're just about to go 3 wide, going into turn 1. And Lucetta going from 2nd down to 4th in that little exchange. Otero trying to hold off Alonso there to take away second. But it's a very close little battle here between the two teammates, Alex.
Oh, I'll tell you what, there's going to be some wide Simart cars. Oh, as we see Lucetta pull out to the extreme left-hand side of the track, he's going to have the inside compromise line behind them. They're going to get it done, are they? Yeah.
Oh, Alonso is gone.
Alonso!
What a series of flips.
We'll go back and have a look at that later. We've got to follow the race. Oh, my gosh. Is he alive? Someone call the medic, please. Espe's running away with it now. We've got Otero and Lucetta running into second and third. We've got an angry pack of buzzing bees behind, led by Blanco with Grebstad, Domenech and Anderson battling it out for the minor places there. 4th through 7th by the looks. Might have to grab a wider shot again. Have I got the wider shot, please? There we go. What's happening up front now? It's Espes running away with it. The pole sitter. It looks like he's got the job done with Otero and Lucetta now relegated to fighting out the minor positions on the podium. Blanco, Grebstad and Domenech, followed by Anderson similarly. Going to be a draft fest to the line. I reckon Grebstad will be compromised with that nose cone missing. Although he's right up the tail now. Lucetta similarly right up the tail pipe of the four-plated car of Otero, doing fantastically well. Side by side they go. Otero opens up for Espes to have the inside run. For Lucetta to have the inside run. Espes takes it out. No, does he? Or have we got one to go? Oh, I've gone off early, Corey. One to go.
This time.
There we go. Oh, 3 wide behind. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've gone off early, Corey. You've got to jump in, mate. Get in there.
I'd love to, Alex, but I love listening to your passion when it comes to calling these races. It's fantastic. As Lucetta up into P2 now, on the final lap coming out of the center S's, and it looks like the win is going to go the way of Espes in this one, but the battle is still on for 4th. 4 wide there for a brief second, back down to Noah's Ark 2x2, and it looks like Grebstad trying to hold on to the 4th position at the moment over Blanco, unable to do so with Blanco being up the inside. That's going to give very close quarters as Blanco tries squeezing him out, but Grebstad on the inside this time as we head into the setup section, Alex.
Blanco knew just how important the inside running through 6 is, because it gives you the defensive line into 8. There it is. That's Grebstad. Grebstad's position now 2x2. Anderson trying to get it done. Oh, it's crunching there as Blanco hip and shoulders him out of the way. That lets Anderson get past by Domenech. Meanwhile, back up the front. No, they're sorted. Let's go back to this battle pack here, led by Grebstad. The compromised nose cone. He'll get swallowed. Will he get swallowed by 2 or 3 cars as he runs up the line? He's got a decent gap, and I tell you what, could be tough, but let's see these front two. We see Espes running off to the races to take out the victory here tonight. I think that'll be his maiden victory on a Sunday night. We'll follow him in, and I see Lucetta and Otero's. I reckon Otero's giving up the ghost there and just letting him have it. As we see Espes. Oh, no, he's not. He's coming, and he's coming hard. Is he going to get it on the line? That's a terrible camera angle. No, I don't think he did. Oh, what? Can we get better? Oh, there's plenty going on over the line, but over the line it was. And we could have missed everything almost there, Corey. But Espes, he's your winner tonight. Otero up 10 positions in P2. That's a fantastic drive from him, Corey.
That's right, Alex. It definitely was. And I was having a look at that battle in the second pack. Grebstad unchallenged as Blanco was going very defensive against Dominic, and they made contact as they were coming to the line, which caused that little bit of a kerfuffle you saw at the end there. But great racing all throughout the pack. Unfortunately, Vascalampi, our only DNF, and not the kind of return that he would have wanted here tonight, Alex.
No, and let's go and see if we can't find what happened to Alonso. They came in. Oh, he's just... Hang on, we'll go back and have another look. Hang on. Let's see what happened here. 3 wide, they went. I was watching the pack behind. There was choppy. Oh, Alonso, the rear of his car. He's rotated big time, and then narrow up the inside. You got Lucetta, and then off she goes. Look at that. I reckon we're up to about 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't keep up, and I'm at quarter speed, Corey. How many flips he's done? I tell you what, send some flowers to his missus. I don't think he's walking away from that one. That is a big crash.
Well, if he is walking away from that one, Alex, then it's going to be with the world's best Jack Sparrow impression because his world will be spinning after that incident.
Yeah, I tell you what, I don't know. I want to go back and have another look because I really can't see. I want to see what happened in more detail. I'm going to watch all the cars. That was where Lucetta swung right out to the inside there. And as they move back out to try and take somewhat of a less compromised line, you see, I don't know if he's clipped the grass or what, but look at how quickly that car rotates in. And I don't know if he's left enough room there for the compromised line of Lucetta. It's a tough call. It's going to be racing instant. You'd have to have a look at the spacing on the ripple strip for Lucetta just to see. And you never get tired of seeing a Skippy sausage roll, do you? Look at that thing. Just over and over and over she goes. Anyway, we could watch that all day. Let's go and check out our results here tonight, folks. For round 2, season 21 of Sunday Night Lights here at Interlagos, Pablo Espes took pole and took out the race win for R70 team. Congratulations to Espes. Cristobal Otero, the Simart driver, finishing in P2 tonight. He just got it by the looks of about, just shy of 3/100ths. From Manu Lucetta, the Movano Sim Racing driver, finishing in 3rd. Did fantastically well. Greb said, he's made a liar of me. The Scandinavian driver with the busted nose cone still did finish in P4. Well done on a successful return to Grebstad for Sunday Night Lights. Daniel Blanco in P5 tonight, the Iberian driver, in what I think is his maiden Sunday Night Lights event. P6 went to George Demenek, the Iberian driver, with Lee Anderson in the Puce-powered machine from UK&I in P7. George Machusinski, who's now quite a regular here, he's finished in P8 tonight. I think he had a bit of an adventure out there. It looks like, judging by the intervals there or the gaps, he might have had a bit of a lonely race towards the end. Russell Clark, who was just sitting in P12, took advantage of some good driving and some misadventures of others to finish in P9 tonight. The Team Milo Bossman ahead of Movano's second driver in the race, Enzo Cantor. Ashley Work, look at that, in the Sunday Night Lights points, in the top split, the ANZ driver. Welcome back, Ashley. Paul Beatty, who's done about 1 million races here this week, made it in the top split and finished in P12 in the points for Sunday Night Lights, the Team Milo driver. Alexis Vico, the Iberian driver, I think he's a Simart driver, if I'm honest, in P13. Gail Kawabe, the Japanese driver, in P14. Tobias Ritt, after the incident that saw him down a fair way, in P15. Antonio Ribalta, the Iberian driver, in P16 tonight. Marco Schweigler, who we didn't call all night, he's down in where did he finish? 17th. Yoshitaka Sanada, early exit for him, sees him in 18th. Nicholas Alonso, the new Skippy sausage roll vendor, down in P19, the 20-plated car. I tell you what, he put on a bit of a show, an unfortunate end to his race. Timo Vascalampi, our sole retiree, an unfortunate return for Timo. Hopefully he'll back up next week. The Finnish driver all the way down in P20, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I'm just having a look at how close it was between second and third. 26 hundredths of a second. That is incredible. That is less than a rolly paper.
I've got other words for that, but I won't say them because they're not politically correct these days, unfortunately. But that's the way we go. We do have someone in the green room. The crowd favourites back. Mr. Enzo Cantor joining us in the green room once again. Enzo, great to have you back with us here tonight. Not the race you would have liked, mate. Qualified in 9th, finished in 10th. Tell us a bit about how you got on tonight.
Hi guys. Well, you said very well. Not the race I expected to, because I was confident after the race, the previous one, but I did a mistake in turn 1 in the qualifying lap in this race. So I was in the middle of the pack, and I was disappointed by that. So I tried to be a little bit aggressive in first lap in order to gain some positions without taking too much risks. But I was looking at the replay now, and when I was in ninth and I was following Timo side by side with Daniel Blanco, I spun out. But in that moment, I was sure I was touched from behind. So I was more disappointed, and I finished almost in the back of the grid. So I had to do an incredible race in order to regain position. And finally, I had some contacts with Temu Vaxilampi. I have to say sorry, because the first one, I was sure I was already presentable in attacking him inside, but I was wrong, because he was in front, and I had to lift. I didn't lift, and in that moment it seemed to be that he curved into me. No, so in the laps, in the next laps, I was more nervous. Again, we were side by side in another corner, and he steered into me. So in the next one, I almost dive bombed him, and his race finished. So, well, no, I was too nervous. So I'm saying sorry to Timo Vaxilampi.
Yeah, no problems, mate. Thank you for that. As always, a gentleman after the race where it's required, but hopefully, mate, in the weeks to come, the racing will go a bit more your way. This track, similar to last week, I think the times are close. The racing's very close as well. It's very easy to be at the front or somewhere mid-pack without much of a difference here. But certainly I know I've enjoyed my racing here. Hopefully the racing next week at Mosport brings you back as well. But before we let you go tonight, to go watch the F1 or what's left of it, Enzo, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Surely I have to say thanks to my team, Mivano Sim Racing team, my team manager Fabio Mantellini, my very strong teammate Manuel Lucchetta, because he's very, very a big friend, more than a teammate. I'm trying to say to him to come here to speak in the interview, but he's shy. So I wish in the next one, for the next victory, he will be in the green room to speak with you. Again, thanks to you for all your work as always. And yes, I wish in a better race the next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Enzo. Always good to talk to you post-race, mate. And we look forward to seeing you again in the weeks to come in the remainder of the season.
Thank you. Thank you. See ya, guys.
There you go, Corey. Crowd favourite post-race interview. Mr. Enzo Cantor from Movano Sim Racing. Of course, his teammate finished in third by the width of the proverbial, as you say. Of course, Manu these days one of the guys to beat in the Skippies. He does a fantastic job representing it's not Thrustmaster anymore, the Movano Racing boys, and great to see them continuing to have success, mate.
Oh, that's exactly right. And you know, we whenever Enzo does make a mistake, he always comes in so he can apologize. And that's why he's one of the most stand-up blokes when it comes to Skippy racing. It's always great to see. And hopefully one day he can convince Manuel Logetta to come in for an interview, because I reckon that could be just as entertaining. No need to feel nervous, Logetta, if you are listening to us. We don't bite very hard.
No, absolutely. Get in there, big breaks. We want to hear from you. All right, someone else we're going to hear from tonight is Mr. Håkon Grebstad, who made a relatively, well, you got to say it's a pretty successful return to Sunday Night Lights this week. Håkon, for Team Ovaltine, finishing in P4 tonight. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, not bad. I think I had the car to be up there, though. Just got stolen away from a certain Daniel Blanco. Sending it on lap 10 into turn 1. Just stole the draft away from me. But yeah, P4, not bad.
Yeah, not bad in this field, mate. Good Sunday Night Lights points. Is that going to bring you back in the weeks to come?
I might be, I might be around. Depends. on my sleep schedule and work and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll try.
Excellent. All right. Well, representing Team Ovaltine tonight, Håkon Grebstad taking out P4, mate. Anyone like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Just you guys for putting this up, and it's become a great thing.
Awesome. Thanks, Håkon, and we look forward to catching you in the weeks to come.
For sure. Take care, boys.
There you go, Corey. That was Håkon Grebstad. It was not the interview I thought it might be, but yeah, he wasn't too happy with Mr. Blanco, although he did pip him on the line to finish 4th and 5th respectively. So it's not all bad.
No, it's not, and it's still a very decent result. But you can just tell with the nose cone damage that he had, plus the battling towards the end of the race there that he was having with Blanco and Dominic and Anderson. The loss of the draft was probably almost going to be inevitable, and unfortunately, that's just the straw that broke the camel's back in this case, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, folks, we might call it quits there, see what we can catch, the remainder of the Formula One race. Thank you, everyone, for joining us both on track and off tonight. Corey, what do you got coming up in the week ahead?
Well, since I didn't do NIS on Friday, I'm going to be trying to wake up early and doing NIS tomorrow morning. That'll be from the Las Vegas Speedway. On Wednesday, we have race number 2 of round 2 of the playoffs in the Output Racing League over on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel, twitch.tv/Aussie_Sim_commentator. And that one will be from Talladega, the big drafty boy track. Be a very interesting race. On Thursday night, we are going to be going to the new dirt track of the Weed Sport Speedway for the Fast Lane Esports Speedway Memes Spring Series in the 410 Sprint Cars, which will be very interesting. And then Friday morning, NIS at Talladega, which will be an absolute crapshoot onto how that is going to turn out. Got a couple of league races going on Saturday morning for a couple of different leagues. And then that should be about it for my week there, Alex. Pretty busy in this one.
Sounds like it. Absolutely. Well, folks, on your screens, everything top split. Of course, join us in the Discord channel to do our post-race interviews and where we do the broadcast from, of course. And I am looking at you, Mr. Lucetta. That's where we are. You know where to find us. This race, of course, like all the others, will be uploaded to the Top Split YouTube channel for all the history of Monday and Sunday Night Lights, and the Discord and the Twitch channels of Corey and myself. This channel, of course, is where you will find us, Top Split TV, on a Sunday night, doing the big one each week. But once again, folks, thanks for joining us on Track and Off. This is a race for the community, by the community, and that's what makes it so great. And we do appreciate your support, so hit like, subscribe, thumbs up, all the different things on the different platforms. It really does help us. And until next time, folks, on behalf of Corey Steinhauser, I've been your host, Alex McKellar, and I will say ciao for now.